Greetings, Sycamore family. Greetings from wintry Cape Town, South Africa. For those of you who don't know us, we're Tim and Therese Galage, and we've been members of Sycamore since the early 90s, and we're with the PCA's mission agency, Mission to the World, and we've been with MTW since 2011, and we're based here in Cape Town, South Africa. We've been here now about 10 years. And when we first arrived, my focus in ministry was on theological education entirely. So I gave myself to teaching at a Bible college and also in various informal settings in townships. And the particular focus was on training and equipping pastors so that they could preach and shepherd better. Now, I'm still committed to those very important things. I generally teach one course a semester at a Bible college, and then I have a monthly reading group that I've had now for about 4 years with pastors in a local township here. But a couple years ago, I took on an additional role as MTW's regional director for Southern Africa. And in the past year, I've devoted more of my time to that particular role. I'm responsible to lead and care for our missionaries here in Southern Africa. And we have 9 missionaries in South Africa and Malawi. And they're doing a variety of things from church planting to campus ministry. And one of the biggest investments of my time in the past year has been on forming a new board under MTW's umbrella, and we call it SARM, or Southern Africa Reform Mission. And the board's primary purpose is to help with specific ministries of Reformed Presbyterian churches and presbyteries that interface with MTW. And we have a particular interest in helping with church planting. And during the past year, we've raised over $100,000 for 3 church planting projects, one in Cape Town, another one in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, and then a third one in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And we have a goal of investing in another 10 to 15 of these projects over the next 5 years. But we're also looking to help these churches in other aspects of ministry as well. Things like church leadership development, establishing church planting internships, establishing university ministries, and also how to have a world mission focus. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be giving myself to in the years ahead.
Well, this new position that Tim's been involved in has been challenging. It's also been very exciting and but also frustrating. So he began this new position in the beginning of 2020, and our goal was actually to go visit all of the fields that we're involved in, MTW is involved in here in Southern Africa, and some potential new areas to meet our key leaders and just to get to know people on the ground. And as Tim is looking to strategize the next 10 years of ministry, but that coincided with 2020 and the lockdowns with COVID. So it's been a little frustrating in that way too. We are very grateful that in January of last year, 2020, before COVID hit strong here and the lockdowns happened, we were able to go to Malawi and visit our partners there and get to know those ministries, which was wonderful. And then we've gone through both the first and the second wave of COVID here. And just in this past May, just a short while ago, the COVID levels were low enough here in Africa that we could do international travel within Africa. And so we were able to do a 10-day trip to Zimbabwe to visit the Presbytery Bulawayo that Tim had mentioned. And it's been a real key partner with the MTW and very involved with the SARM board. So it's been exciting to see how God is at work there and all the initiatives with church planting. That was very exciting. When we returned from that, I had one of my very few in-person teaching times with women here. My craft group, that is now a non-craft group because of COVID, we can't actually do crafting, but I had a very significant teaching time with the ladies there. That was a wonderful time and hoped to follow up on that in June, but I've had to cancel that meeting because we are now officially in our third wave. And as some are saying, it's not a wave, it's a tsunami here. So a lot of my ministry, in addition to supporting Tim and our team and a lot of the new initiatives that he's doing, my ministry on the ground, so to speak, with the women here has been more on a virtual level with WhatsApp groups as opposed to even Zoom, because most don't have that capacity. One area that has been a real delight, last year we started the Garden to Glory Bible study that many of you at Sycamore have participated in. And we do it a little differently because we just watch the video when we are able to click onto the link, everyone in their own places throughout the townships here in Cape Town. And then virtually through WhatsApp group, share answers to questions that I prepare. And then at the end of each time, each chapter, which goes for weeks usually, we end with Denise Maddox's follow-up notes to the videos that she has prepared and shared with us. Excuse me. So a big call out and thank you to Denise for sharing your materials with us. It's been a big help and an encouragement to the women here. Another thing I'd like to thank you ladies for is those who have participated in the PCA Women's Ministry Love Gift. Over the years, they've always had a love gift. Well, 2020, the love gift went to MTW missionaries. And as things go, one thing leads to another, the encouragement and the gift itself, but the encouragement of how to use that gift started a whole new conversation among missionaries here, the women, realizing how little of a focus we've had over the years of how to build up the women in particular in our ministry settings. So it's spawned a whole new ministry that's just beginning, MTW Africa Women's Ministry, in its just beginning stages to help encourage and equip us as women and our national partners, the women that we work with. So that is something I'll be very involved in the days ahead, but its details are to follow because it's just starting.
Well, thank you so much for this privilege of giving you a little mini update. We so appreciate the ministry you have in our lives and the friendship we have with so many of you. So thank you and God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.